Hey guys, DBWhatIfs here. Welcome back to part 12 of What If. Goku always wore weighted armor. Last time we discussed how well Goku did with Master Roshi's training with 4 times his own weight. His power level is now 110, with Krillin's power level being 75, and Yamcha's is at 45. Krillin did get a little stronger. His original was at 40, with Goku's being 50. We start with the group meeting back up for the preliminaries. Once Krillin and Goku got in, Master Roshi said, "Oh, before I forget, you can't really fight in suits now, can you?" Goku and Krillin changed into a bright orange-colored guy. Goku, Yamcha, and Krillin then head inside for the preliminaries. A man brings out a megaphone and says, "I just want everyone to know that there are 137 fighters here in this hall. Now, if you fall out of the ring, lose consciousness, or say, 'I give up,' you will be disqualified. Killing your opponent is strictly against the rules. Now, everyone come up here and draw a number." Krillin then said, 93 for me. What did you get?" Goku then said, a 7 and a 0. Yamcha then said, "Looks like you're both in block 3. I'm 35. Block 2. Krillin then said, Goku, I'm worried. Master Roshi never taught us how to fight. He only taught us how to move dirt around." Goku then said, "Don't worry, Krillin. Let's just see how it goes." A man then said, "Can I get fighters 69 and 70 in the ring, please?" Goku then said, "Hey, 70 is my number." Goku walks into the ring with his opponent, who happened to be a huge wrestler-looking guy. The wrestler then says, "Where is my opponent?" Goku confidently says, "Right here." The man laughs and says, "You're joking. I've fallen on my rump and squashed bugs bigger than you." The man said, "Begin." The wrestler reaches down to get a hold of Goku. Goku dodges at a lightning pace. The wrestler didn't realize Goku had dodged and said, "Oh no, I think I squished him." Goku then tapped the man on the back and said, "No, you didn't. I'm right here." The wrestler then fell forward and fell out of the ring. The announcer then said, "Number 70 advances." Goku then walks back over to Krillin, and Krillin said, "Wow, sure was lucky how he fell out of the ring like that." Goku then said, "Not really. Hey Krillin, I think that we shouldn't use our full power here. Someone could get hurt." Suddenly, 2 guys approach Krillin and say, well, look who we have here. It's our old punching bag." The taller one said, "It's been a long time since we've seen you, Krillin, when you ran out of the Oran Temple crying." Krillin chuckles nervously. The men continue to berate Krillin when the taller one says, "Oh, looks like you're number 93. Would you like to know who your opponent is?" "Well, you're looking right at him." The men then laugh and walk away while Krillin looks petrified in fear. Goku then asks, "Why do you let them talk to you like that?" Krillin buries his head and says, "Well, they know me better than anybody. Those guys used to be at the temple I trained at. I'm a weakling. Maybe I should just drop out." Goku then said, "Never mind that, Krillin. You're going to give it all you've got." Krillin then says, "I thought you said not to use our full power." Goku said, "Forget about that. It's time to show those guys what you're made of." Later on, the announcer said, "Let's get fighters number 93 and 94 in the ring, please." Krillin then nervously enters the ring against the taller man from the Oran Temple. The announcer then says, "Begin." The tall man then says, "Which bones should I break first?" The man charged at Krillin, but Krillin easily saw the man's attack and jumped in the air to avoid getting him, and immediately retaliated by kicking him in the stomach, sending the man flying throughout the building and right through the wall, causing a hole. The man flew past Bulma, Puar, and Oolong. The announcer states, "Well, I'd say number 93 is the winner." Krillin looks shocked as he is declared the winner, and he makes his way back over to Goku. Goku then said, "You see? Moving dirt and carrying milk has built all of our muscles. Fight after fight, they succeeded." Yamcha guaranteed himself a spot in the actual World Martial Arts Tournament. Goku and Krillin advance as well, easily without any problems. Goku and Krillin go back over towards the group and meet up with Master Roshi, Bulma, Oolong, and Puar. An announcement came over the loudspeakers that said, "Please come to the tournament back room. The tournament is about to begin." There stood all of the fighters. Bacterian, Ranfan, Jackie Chun, Giran, Nom, Yamcha, Krillin, and Goku. Bacterian walks past everyone. Everyone covers their nose because he smells horrendous. Yamcha says with a nasally voice, "That's Bacterian. Rumor has it he has never taken a shower." The main announcer then calls everyone over to draw their numbers. The numbers were 1 Krillin versus number 2 Bacterian. Number 3, Yamcha versus number 4, Jackie Chun. Number 5, Nom vs. Number 6, Ranfan. Number 7, Goku vs. Number 8, Giran. The announcer then said, "May I get Krillin and Bacterian in the ring?" Bacterian and Krillin enter the ring. Goku then yells out to Krillin while standing on the wall, "Hey, I'll be cheering you on from over here." The announcer then yells out, "Begin!" Krillin tried getting close to Bacterian, but Bacterian's smell was atrocious. Just as Krillin was getting close enough, one finger pinching his nose, the other reaching out towards Bacterian, breathed bad breath all over Krillin. Krillin couldn't stand it and took another step back. Krillin began to get dizzy from how bad Bacterian smelled. Bacterian then picked Krillin up and began to choke him. Goku yelled out, "Krillin, hit his arms away from you!" Krillin then kicked Bacterian's arms, allowing him to get away. Bacterian then cornered Krillin. Krillin, now on the edge of the tournament floor, trying not to fall out of the ring or else he'd be disqualified, saw an opening under Bacterian's legs and decided to try for it. Krillin ran under Bacterian, but Bacterian sat down on Krillin, preventing him from moving. Bacterian then jumped up and down on Krillin, over and over and over again. Krillin was starting to get weak, but he turned around and caught Bacterian with his hands, preventing Bacterian from jumping up and down on him again. Bacterian then, unable to move up or down, decided to fart on Krillin, causing Krillin to lose strength. Bacterian then stood up and began stomping on Krillin. The counter began his count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Goku then shouted out, "Krillin, you don't have a nose!" Krillin, realizing that Goku was right, quickly got up as if nothing happened. Krillin looked up at Goku then said, "Thanks for the tip, Goku." Krillin then kicked Bacterian in the head, and the kick was so powerful it managed to get Bacterian all the way out of the ring. The announcer then says, "And Krillin is the winner." Everyone began cheering for Krillin as Bacterian was escorted out of the arena. Jackie Chun versus Yamcha was the same as the original with Jackie Chun winning. Nom versus Ranfan was also the same as the original with Nom taking the victory. After their fights, the announcer took center stage and said, "I'd like to introduce our last 2 fighters in the quarterfinals, Giran and Goku." Giran comes out and lets out a big roar. Goku then comes out and says, "Hey everyone, my name's Goku." The announcer then says, "And begin." As soon as those words left his mouth, it started raining extremely heavily. The announcer then says, "Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that the fight has been postponed for when there is better weather." Goku and Giran remain in the ring, staring one another down. The announcer then chimed in over the loudspeaker once more and said, "It appears as if the fighters didn't hear the announcement that the match has been postponed." The announcer cleared his throat, then said once more, "Goku, Giran, your match has been postponed until a later time." Goku and Giran still remained in the ring staring at one another. Eventually, Goku, Krillin, Bulma, Puar, Yamcha, and Oolong went out to a restaurant to eat when Giran walked in there and asked for milk. 4 men from Krillin's Orin temple were there making fun of Giran. Another one came in and tripped over Giran's tail. The group then ridiculed Giran before Giran smacked them all down with his tail. The 4 men surrounded Giran as he was still sitting there. They all charged at him while Giran asked the bartender to pour him another glass of milk. As he was pouring the milk, Giran punched all 4 of the men and knocked them unconscious. The milk had been finished pouring right as the last man went flying. Oolong then asked, "Did you see that?" Krillin shivered and said, "He's strong." Goku smiled, then said, "I know, and I get to fight him." Giran went on, ready to finish them off with a stomp when Yamcha yelled out, "That's enough. I think they got the message. Now back off. Enough is enough." Giran then tried punching Yamcha. Yamcha luckily was able to dodge the punch. Yamcha and Giran began to square up as if they were going to fight. Goku came up to the two and said, "Hey, what's the big idea? I'm the one who is supposed to fight him in the match." Giran then said, "Shut up. We're busy here, kid." Giran then punched at Yamcha a couple more times until one punch made contact with Yamcha's arm, which blocked Giran's attack. Yamcha exclaimed, "Yow, what is this guy made out of? He's built like a mountain." Goku jumped in the way and said, "He means pebble." Giran then started punching at Goku as Goku managed to dodge every attack Giran sent his way. Giran laughed, then said, "Wow, that was pretty impressive. How did you do that?" Goku and Giran were about to start rumbling, but suddenly Jackie Chun's voice cut out through the crowd. "That's enough." Giran and Goku looked over at Jackie Chun. Jackie Chun continued, "Didn't you know, fighting outside of the arena can get both of you disqualified. It's against the rules." Giran snorted and said, "I don't care about the rules, old man." Jackie Chun interjected once more and said, "I bet you don't care about the prize money then." Giran looked at Jackie Chun quizzically. Jackie Chun continued, "If you beat this kid now, you'll get nothing, but if you beat him tomorrow in the ring, well, you'll be on your way to becoming famous." Giran then said, "Yeah, money is good. I'll beat you in the tournament tomorrow." Goku said, "Yeah, we'll see about that." Goku then asked Yamcha if he was okay, and Yamcha said, "Yeah, just be careful of him, Goku." And that's where we will be leaving off today. Sorry to skip over the Gnome and Jackie Chun fight, but they really wouldn't have been any different from the original. Next time, we'll see Goku vs Giran. Until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment what you'd like to see next. See you later!